Hello friends, welcome back to series of lecture. This is the 12th lecture of this series of Indian Evidence Act. In this lecture, we would start with latent and patent defect. Latent defect means what? Something which is hidden. And patent means something which is explicit apparent. Now suppose there is a document and that document on the face of it is having some defects and that is apparent, means that is visible. Then that defect is called patent defect. And the document on the face of it is not having any defect. But if you read the document carefully, then there is some defect in the document that is hidden, that is called latent defect. अब जनरल रूल ये है कि पेटेंट डिफेक्ट को दूर करने के लिए आप एविडेंस नहीं दे सकते. पेटेंट डिफेक्ट की वजह से अगर डॉक्यूमेंट वॉइड है तो वॉइड है. If there is a patent defect and because of that the document is void or voidable whatever, then you cannot remove the defect by giving evidences, by giving the oral evidences. But if the defect is latent, but otherwise the document is not void, not illegal, and the defect is hidden, latent, then you can give the oral evidence to prove the real intent, real meaning of the document. तो लेटेंट डिफेक्ट को प्रूव करने के लिए आप ओरल एविडेंस दे सकते हो, बट ऑन पेटेंट यू कैन नॉट. इसी को आप बेयर एक्ट में पढ़ोगे. नाउ सी सेक्शन 93. सेक्शन 93, when the language used in a document is on its face ambiguous or defective, evidence may not be given of facts which would show its meaning or supply its defects. May not be given means what? The oral evidence is not allowed. When the language used in a document is on its face ambiguous or defective, मतलब देखकर दिखता है कि जो डॉक्यूमेंट है उसका लैंग्वेज डिफेक्टिव है और उस डिफेक्टिव लैंग्वेज या एम्बिगुअस लैंग्वेज की वजह से, उस डिफेक्टिव डॉक्यूमेंट की वजह से द ट्रांजैक्शन विल बी void. So if because of the defect in the document the transaction is will be void, then oral evidence cannot be given to remove the defect. What is the reason for that? अब जैसे मैंने और आपने मिलकर कोई डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया, me and you together form the document and sign the document, then obviously whatever written in the document is visible to me and you. It is not something hidden in it. Whatever is written is visible to you and me, and we knowingly signed a document which is a void document. So when we are knowingly signed a document which is a void document, so it means we are aware or we deem to be aware that the document is void. Now by the oral evidence the voidness cannot be proved. अब illustration देखिए इसका. A agrees in writing to sell a horse of B for rupees 1000 of rupees for rupees 1000 or rupees 1500. अब कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में आपने इस तरीके का इलस्ट्रेशन देखा होगा इन द सेक्शन 29. वहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है द एग्रीमेंट वर्ड फॉर अनसर्टेनिटी. अब वहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है द एग्रीमेंट वर्ड फॉर अनसर्टेनिटी, एंड देयर दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस इलस्ट्रेशन दैट A agrees in writing to sell a horse for rupees 1000 or 1500. So means what? The consideration amount is not certain, and here you are writing it in expressly that कि मैं 1000 रुपये में या 1500 रुपये में अपना घोड़ा बेचूंगा, 1500 रुपये में अपना घोड़ा बेचूंगा. एंड ऑब्वियसली हमको पता है कि हमने कंसिडरेशन अमाउंट पर कोई एग्रीमेंट नहीं किया. कंसिडरेशन अमाउंट पे हमने कोई एग्रीमेंट नहीं किया. मैं 1000 रुपये या 1500 रुपये मैं घोड़ा बेचूंगा. तो ऑन द फेस ऑफ इट द डॉक्यूमेंट इज void because consideration is not certain and we are aware of it. अब यहाँ पर हम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एक्ट को ना भी देखें तब भी we are knowing it that the consideration amount is 1000 or 1500 means not certain, and on the face of it document or agreement is void. तो उसको दूर करने के लिए आप एविडेंस नहीं दे सकते। Now suppose A enforces agreement against B and B says that the agreement is void because the consideration is uncertain. So now A cannot say that no, I want to give the oral evidence to prove that the agreement is not void and we have intended to give 1500 rupees only. जब 1000 और 1500 रुपये लिखा है इट इज रिटन, तो इसके लिए आप ओरल एविडेंस नहीं दे सकते क्योंकि ये थोड़ा अटपटा लगता है। बिकॉज व्हेन मी एंड यू एंटर्ड इनटू एन एग्रीमेंट एंड वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ agreement in a document in such a manner that the transaction itself is void, then can anyone of us give evidence to prove the real intent and make the transaction valid? The answer is no, because the agreement is per se void. Void from its section. Read the section again. When the language used in a document is on its face ambiguous or defective, evidence may not be given of facts which would show its meaning or supply its defects. Then illustration. A agrees in writing to sell a horse of B for rupees 1000 or 1500. Evidence cannot be given to show which price was to be given. Then a deed contains blanks. Evidence cannot be given of facts which would show how they were meant to be filled. A deed means what? A sale deed or gift deed or whatever. When the document is made by A in favor of B and for some important points the deed is blank, left blank. कुछ कुछ बातें हैं जो नहीं लिखी गई हैं, जैसे प्रॉपर्टी का डिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं लिखा गया। फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये लिख दिया आई गिव यू द गिफ्ट ऑफ डैश, या ए गिव द गिफ्ट टू बी, एब्सोल्यूट गिफ्ट टू बी ऑफ डैश। अब उस पर साइन भी कर दिया। मीन्स डीड इज हैविंग दोज ब्लैंक्स, डीड इज नॉट क्लियर, so deed itself is void. Let's take another example. I gift my house in Delhi of so and so address, पूरा एड्रेस लिख दिया, to dash, बट ये नहीं लिखा उसमें किसको दिया गिफ्ट। The name is not mentioned, then obviously the deed is void. अब उस तरीके के केसेस में आप एविडेंस देकर करेक्शन नहीं कर सकते। अगर ऐसा डॉक्यूमेंट वर्ड है तो वर्ड है। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको ट्रांजैक्शन करना है देन यू हैव टू मेक ए फ्रेश ट्रांजैक्शन, बट दैट एग्रीमेंट इज वर्ड। सो पेटेंट डिफेक्ट में व्हेन इट इज विजिबल ऑन द फेस ऑफ इट देन द एम्बिग्युइटी कैन नॉट बी क्लैरिफाइड बाय गिविंग ओरल एविडेंसेस। इफ द डॉक्यूमेंट ऑन द फेस ऑफ इट इज void then it has to be void and you cannot avoid the voidness by giving oral evidences. Next, 94 section. When language used in a document is plain in itself, there is no ambiguity. When language used in a document is plain in itself, the document is having no ambiguity, and when it applies accurately to existing facts, evidence may not be given to show that it was not meant to apply to such facts. When the document is in plain in itself and there is no ambiguity in it. अब याद करो प्रोवाइजो नंबर 6 ऑफ 92, तो उसमें भी तो यही देखा था हमने कि एम्बिग्यूटी होगी तभी आप ओरल एविडेंस दे सकते हो। अगर एम्बिग्यूटी नहीं है किसी डॉक्यूमेंट में तो आप डिफरेंट मीनिंग इंड्यूस करने के लिए एविडेंस नहीं दे सकते। सी द इलस्ट्रेशन। ए सेल्स टू बी बाय डीड माई estate at Rampur containing 100 bighas. A sells to B by deed my estate at Rampur containing 100 bighas. A has an estate at Rampur containing 100 bighas. Evidence may not be given of the fact that the estate meant to be sold was once situated at a different place and of a different size. अब तुमने क्लियर लिखा है कि रामपुर वाली जमीन, मैं रामपुर वाली 100 बीघा जमीन अब तुमको बेच रहा हूँ। अब कल को बी कहता है ए को कि मैंने आपको पैसे दे दिए, अब रामपुर वाली जमीन दो। तो बी कहता है रामपुर वाली जमीन 100 बीघा जमीन अब मेरे को दो। अब ए कहता है कि नहीं ये रामपुर वाली नहीं, धामपुर वाली ज़मीन मैं तुमको दूंगा। अब धामपुर में भी इस पे मान लो 100 बीघा ज़मीन है, तो उसके लिए एविडेंस नहीं दिया जा सकता, बिकॉज देयर इज नो एम्बिग्विटी, द डॉक्यूमेंट इज वेरी क्लियर and there is no ambiguity, then you cannot give evidence to prove something else, or to prove something that I intended to give you something else. So the 2 points you have seen are, first one is that if the document is ambiguous on the face of it and thus reducing the transaction to be void, and you cannot give oral evidence to prove something else and to make the transaction valid. Patent defects में oral evidence cannot be allowed. But if the document is not defective at all, then the document will apply per se as it is, and the party will not allow to prove the some other oral agreement, to prove some other fact, to prove the intention. अब इसके बाद जो भी you will read, that is of latent defect. और लेटेंट डिफेक्ट है, हिडन डिफेक्ट है, तो उस एम्बिग्यूटी को दूर करने के लिए आप ओरल एविडेंस दे सकते हो। When the section 95, when the language used in a document is plain in itself, when the language used in a document is plain in itself, but is unmeaning in reference to existing facts, evidence may be given to show that it was used in a peculiar sense. Evidence may be given to show that it was used in a peculiar sense. अब ये कह रहे हैं कि आपने लिखा कुछ है बट एक्चुअल फैक्ट्स कुछ और हैं। आपने लिखा है जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स में वो एक्चुअल फैक्ट से मैच नहीं कर रहा, दैट इज नॉट मैचिंग विद द एक्चुअल फैक्ट्स, बट स्टिल द डॉक्यूमेंट इज नॉट void as such. There is some ambiguity about the thing you have written and the main facts on the ground. Then can the ambiguity be done away with by giving the oral evidence? Unmeaning means what? Unmeaning means that something which does not match with the real facts. For example, I say something and on the real ground that statement does not match with the real fact. उसको कहते हैं unmeaning. Something which does not have clear meaning. Illustration देखते हैं. A sells to B by deed my house in Calcutta. A had no house in Calcutta. A का कोई मकान है ही नहीं कलकत्ता में. But he has a house at Havra. A had no house in Calcutta, but it appears that he had a house at Havra, at which B had been in possession since the execution of the deed. For example, say that किसी व्यक्ति A का मकान गुड़गांव में है, बट उसने एक डीड साइन करी विद बी दैट ही इज सेलिंग हिज हाउस इन दिल्ली। अब दिल्ली में उसका मकान है ही नहीं, उसका मकान है गुड़गांव में। एंड द फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर इज द डे व्हेन बी साइंड द डॉक्यूमेंट, बी एंड ए साइंड द डॉक्यूमेंट, बी इज इन द पोजेशन ऑफ दैट गुड़गांव हाउस ऑफ ए। So in this situation, document is clear that I am A is selling Delhi's house, and A wrote in the document that he is selling the Delhi's house. But actually, A gave the possession of the Gurgaon's house to B, and B has taken the possession of Gurgaon house. Means me and you, A and B, are aware of the fact that the house was sold is of the house of Gurgaon. And if tomorrow there is an ambiguity, if A claims that no, you vacate my house, I have not sold that house to you, the document says the Delhi house, and in fact that I am not having any house in Delhi, that document is defective and the transaction is void. Then there in real circumstances, if it is proved that there is no house in Delhi at all and only having the house at Gurgaon, and B is in that house in possession after the sale deed, means what? That A gave the possession of house to after the sale deed to B. That means A intended to sell the house at Gurgaon. Means A knew and intended that the house he is selling is of the house of गुड़गांव। So कुछ ऐसे फैक्ट्स होने चाहिए। अब मान लो ए ने लिख दिया कि दिल्ली इज हाउस, अब पोजीशन ए ने दिया नहीं, अब डिस्प्यूट हो गया, तो वहां पर इट इज ए पेटेंट डिफेक्ट बिकॉज ए डज नॉट हैव हाउस एट दिल्ली and the document is mentioning Delhi's house. So dispute, so that is a patent defect and oral evidence cannot be given. But इस एग्जाम्पल में भी जब दिल्ली में हाउस ही नहीं है और उसका सेल डीड कर दी, then it is a clear fraud. But we are not talking about that here. So as for this example, it is clear to observe is that after having signed the deed on that particular day, A actually gave the possession of the Havda's house and B has took over the possession of the Havda house. Means the statement is coupled with their conduct. Clearly suggests that they are very crystal clear as to which house A is selling. And therefore, there this ambiguity is not a patent ambiguity. और इसके लिए आप ओरल एविडेंस दे सकते हो। जैसे दिल्ली गुड़गांव वाला एग्जाम्पल बताया था, तो आदत होती है किसी की कि दिल्ली वाला मकान, अगर किसी का गुड़गांव में मकान है या नोएडा में मकान है और कोई बिहार का रहने वाला है, बिहार में बात कर रहा है, तो वो बोलेगा दिल्ली वाला मकान, क्योंकि इट इज़ इन एनसीआर। तो उस वजह से शायद किसी ने दिल्ली लिख दिया हो, या फिर कोई दिल्ली में है और कैलकाटा हावड़ा में उसका मकान है और इस वजह से उसने शायद कैलकाटा लिख दिया हो, बोलता है जैसे बोलने में कि दैट कैलकाटा वाला मकान। सो उसके लिए एविडेंस कैन बी गिवन। फिर से पढ़ लो। व्हेन द लैंग्वेज यूज्ड इन ए डॉक्यूमेंट इज प्लेन इन इटसेल्फ बट इज अनमीनिंग इन रेफरेंस टू एग्जिस्टिंग फैक्ट्स, एविडेंस मे बी गिवन टू शो दैट इट वाज यूज्ड इन ए peculiar sense. A sells to B by deed my house in Calcutta. A had no house in Calcutta, but it appears that he had a house at Havda, at which B had been in possession since the execution of the deed. So that goes on to suggest these facts may show that deed is related to house at Havda. This fact proved or shows that deed was related to Havda. तो उसके लिए आप ओरल एविडेंस कर लो, that goes on to show that he also knew that it is Havda house and I also knew that it is Havda house. So these facts may be proved to show that the deed related to the house of Havda. Now section 96. When the facts are such that the language used might have been meant to apply to anyone, when the facts are such that the language used might have been meant to apply to anyone and could not have been meant to apply to more than one of several persons or things, evidence may be given of facts which shows which of those persons or things it was intended to apply to. Illustration. A agrees to sell to B for ₹1,000 my white horse. A एग्रीमेंट में क्या कह रहा है बी से कि मैं अपना सफेद घोड़ा 1,000 रुपये में तुमको बेचूंगा। अब नाउ ए हैज 2 white horses. अब नाउ इट इज नॉट ए टोटल पेटेंट डिफेक्ट, इट इज नॉट टोटल पेटेंट डिफेक्ट। 2 white horses हैं उसके पास, दोनों बराबर हैं, सेम एज के हैं, सेम। अब मान लो 2 white horse हैं, एक बड़ा है और एक बच्चा ही है, तो पेटेंट डिफेक्ट हो जाएगा। बट अगर दोनों हॉर्सेस सेम से हैं तो it is not a patent defect. And A can give evidence if dispute is from A side, or if dispute is from B side, then B can give evidence. Means evidence, oral evidence may be given to show upon which horse they agreed to sell or purchase. A agrees to sell to B for ₹1,000 my white. अब मान लो यहाँ पे white horse और black horse होता, white horse or black horse, then section 29 of contract act will apply and the agreement is void. But यहाँ पर ऐसा कुछ नहीं लिखा, it is written my white horse and the fact is that there are 2 white horses. Now the question is which one he is intending to sell. Then for that he has to free to give oral evidence. A agrees to sell to B for rupees 1000 my white horse. A has two white horses. Evidence may be given of the facts which show which of them was mint. Uh, illustration B. A agrees to accompany B to Hyderabad. अब हैदराबाद दो हैं, एक इंडिया वाला हैदराबाद, एक पाकिस्तान वाला हैदराबाद. Evidence may be given of facts showing whether Hyderabad in Deccan or Hyderabad in Sindh was meant. Sindh wala Hyderabad is in Pakistan and Deccan is in India. Next section 97. When the language used applies partly to one set existing facts and partly to another set of existing facts, but when the language used applies partly to one set existing facts and partly to another set of existing facts, but the whole of it does not apply correctly to either one or two other another. Whole of it does not apply correctly to either. Evidence may be given to show to which of the two is it was meant to apply. अब इस सेक्शन का लैंग्वेज थोड़ा सा आपको परेशान कर सकता है. अब ये आपको समझ में तभी आएगा जब इलस्ट्रेशन आप देखोगे. अब they are saying in this that I have entered into a contract and I have used a particular language, but that language whatever I have used is not fitted in the real circumstances. For example, say I agree to sell you my house at Delhi, which is in the possession of X. But in actually, I have the house in Delhi, but it is not in the possession of X. It is in the possession of Y. And I do have a house in Gurgaon also, but that is in possession of X. अब मैंने कौन सा मकान बेचा है आपको? मैंने बेचा है जो दिल्ली वाला मकान है जो एक्स के पोजीशन में है, उसको बेच रहा हूँ. अब रियल में वो वो दिल्ली में तो है वो मकान, बट वो एक्स के पोजीशन में नहीं है. अब उधर गुड़गांव में जो मकान है वो एक्स के पोजीशन में है. सो डिड आई इंटेंड टू सेल द दिल्ली वाला हाउस और गुड़गांव वाला हाउस? फॉर दैट एविडेंस कैन बी गिवन. इलस्ट्रेशन पढ़िए आप. A agrees to sell to B my land at X in the occupation of Y. A has land at X but not in the occupation of Y, and he has land in the occupation of Y but it is not at X. Means Y के कब्जे में जमीन है लेकिन X वाली जगह पर नहीं है. मीन्स जो डॉक्यूमेंट में लिखा है उसका एक पार्ट तो प्रूव हो रहा है लेकिन दूसरा पार्ट प्रूव नहीं है, या लग रहा है कि प्रूव नहीं हो रहा. Then can you give the evidence to prove that what you intend in the document? The answer is yes. That is latent defect and you can give the oral evidence. The evidence may be giving of facts showing which he meant to sell. Now section 98. Evidence may be given to show the meaning of illegible or not commonly intelligible or not commonly intelligible characters of foreign, obsolete, technical, local, and provincial expressions, of abbreviations, and of words used in a peculiar sense. Now you see at times you use some words which are in very local kind of words, local language में, which are not used in very common language. Those words used are in local vernacular language है, उसका कोई एक शब्द आपने डॉक्यूमेंट में लिख दिया या फिर कोई एक बात लिख दी जो एब्रीवेटेड फॉर्म में है. अब पार्टीज में डिस्प्यूट है, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट वर्ड? Parties having the dispute, that what is the meaning of that word? Then can the party interested give the evidence to prove the real meaning of that word? अब एब्रीविएशन में इलिस्ट्रेशन पढ़ो अब आप. A sculptor You know what is sculptor? मूर्तिकार जो मूर्ति बनाते हैं, who make the statues. A sculptor agrees to sell to be all my mods. We agrees to sell to be all my mods. अब all my mods के बेसिस पर दूसरी जो पार्टी उसने क्लेम कर दिया कि आप सारे अपने जो औजार हैं जिससे वो मूर्ति बनाता है वो सारे भी बेको, आप अपने सारे औजार जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं वो बेको. अभी सेज नो नो आई नॉट इंटेंड टू सेल माई इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, आई इंटेंड टू सेल माई ऑल माई स्टैचूज. तो अब मॉड्स का क्या मीनिंग होगा? विल इट बी दैट by which he is making that statues, or will it be the statues itself? So in order to prove the meaning of mods, for that you can always give oral evidence. A sculptor agrees to sell to be all my mods. Now, A has both models means statues, and modeling tools, जिस टूल से वो औजार जिससे वो बनाता था उस स्टैचूज को. Then evidence may be given to show which he meant to sell. So evidence may be given to show whether he meant to sell the mods or the implements. Mods means the statue or the implements, that tools. And 99 we have already seen in the previous lecture, and for 100 also I have discussed when I talked about the will. तो will के बारे में भी आपको लॉ बता दिया. So that the same thing is written. Nothing in this chapter shall contain be taken effect of the provisions of as to the construction of the wills. So इन sections को आप बार बार पढ़िएगा, मेन पॉइंट ध्यान रखिएगा. 93 says that, section 93 says that पेटेंट डिफेक्ट है, अगर पेटेंट डिफेक्ट है, डॉक्यूमेंट वर्ड है, तो उसके लिए आप ओरल एविडेंस नहीं दे सकते. Then 94 says that whatever the meaning manifest on the document, that will apply, and you cannot give the evidence to change the meaning of the document if there is no ambiguity. And 95 onwards till 98, they are simply saying that if the document is not having patent defect, but in the circumstances they are appearing to some latent defect, then in order to clarify that latent defect, oral evidence can be given. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you for watching this lecture.